Hey guys, this is Jake at Canadian Cutting Edge. Today is a short video simply announcing something awesome, the winner from my Patreon monthly draw. What I do is I have Patreon supporters who donate $2 or more US per month to Canadian Cutting Edge, and it goes a long ways to help pay for things like lights. I had a light go this week. Backgrounds. Nope, that's not a real brick wall. Knives to review, other products to review, although sometimes I get them at a discount, and occasionally I get stuff at no financial cost to myself. But, it takes money to get cameras, lights, tripods, all kinds of good stuff to keep the channel going. And my Patreon supporters are awesome, committing to donate every month. But there's no term to your commitment. So if you want to become a Patreon supporter, come to patreon.com/CCE. And you can choose to become a supporter for 1 month or as long as you possibly want. And if you contribute $2 or more a month, then I put your name into a draw every month so that you could win one of the knives that I reviewed in the previous month. Not only will you get that item, might not be a knife, it might be a flashlight or something. But you'll get that, and you usually get something in surprise as well. And this month's winner is Jesper. I went to Google, did a random number draw. Number 15 came up. Here's a picture of it. And then I took the list and I counted down of all the supporters for the end of October, for the beginning of November. And Jesper's name was in the 15th position. Jesper is from Denmark, and I'll be sending a package to Denmark. What am I going to be sending Jesper? Jesper, what do you want? Watch this next part to find out. So this is the selection that Jesper gets to choose from. First off, the non-knife item. It's the Folomov Camp D4 flashlight. You get to choose from that one. Or the Ganzo FH11 carbon fiber with D2 steel. Or the Harns caster, which is a pretty decent knife. Or the 9018 from Sanrenmu. Or, and I didn't do a full video on this, the 9019, which is exactly like the 9018, except it also has a nice saw blade. So there you go. Or a Real Steel H6 Free. Oh, that's quite the knife right there. I was tempted just to keep this one off the list, but hey, I promised to put on the list the stuff I viewed, so there you go. Or the Best Tech Warwolf, or the Rake P155W, or finally the Rake P671-CB. So there's a bunch of knives and a flashlight that Jesper gets to choose from. If he chooses, the cheapest little thing that's here, I will add something else to his gift. And I'll probably add something else anyway, simply because I like to say thank you to my Patreon supporters. For the knives that I paid for, well, I usually get a discount on them. And some of the knives, but for these knives, let me take a look here. I think I paid for all of these, but I got a bit of a discount on most of them. The one thing I did not pay for when I did the review was this D4, the Camp D4 flashlight. So here's the choices, and in November, I've got some good reviews coming. So if you want to become a Patreon supporter, and you want to become a Patreon supporter so that your name will be entered into a draw every month, hey, you can do that. But I would prefer if you would become a Patreon supporter because you want to support Canadian Cutting Edge, even if you don't win. That kind of generosity means so very much to me, and most of you guys are very good supporters of the channel. I do interact with my Patreon supporters. You can go to patreon.com/CCE. There's public comments that I put in there, but sometimes there's just private discussions between me and my Patreon supporters. So you can sign up there even if you don't want to donate to, see what's going on. I sometimes make little announcements early or sometimes bigger stuff. And it's just a good community that I want to grow. Right now, I get just under $100 a month after Patreon takes their small fee. And that means I get almost, well over $1,000 US a year through Patreon supporters. Thank you very much, guys. That does make a big difference. You know, it's a small bit at a time, around just under $100 a month. But, you know, I haven't gotten to the $1,000 yet because it took a while to grow up to about $100 a month. But I'm really looking forward when this Patreon support will really fund the channel. So I won't have to think twice if I really want to do this review or not. You know, can I afford to get it? You know, and instead I'll just be able to get what needs to be reviewed and then review it. So hopefully that'll increase. But if it doesn't, that's, you know, just the way things work out, I guess. So thank you to my Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome. Congratulations to Jesper. And I look forward to mailing your stuff off to you. Please send me an email, will you, Jesper? I will send you an email. Let's talk. Make sure I've got your exact correct mailing address. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Thanks for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. And remember, guys, always cut towards your chum, not your thumb.